Welcome back to the episode of we're talking to, well, not the corruption, but the corruption is the quest. We're talking to Finrior and or Merelith, depending on who's the left one. Scryer, Arlan, Finrior? Oh, both of them are Scryers. Okay. Look at that. It gets longer and longer and longer and even smaller and smaller and smaller, and at some point you can't even read it anymore. Alrighty.
Now would you look at
what?
that?
Who are you? Who let you in?
Well, I did.
The gate was unguarded.
Really? Next thing you know, this place is being overrun by undead because the guards have all gathered to hear us bicker. You're from Gravefell, aren't you? I recognize that accent. I'm Arlan Finrior, the Scryer of this settlement. What do you want?
Also very interesting, he seems to have a good knowledge of the people around.
I'm looking for allies, but let me start from the beginning.
And we explain the situation.
So, you're Isamo Tahar's child. Well, you're lucky, I believe, that the Guardians have given us all a free will. I can see that you're nothing like your father. And it's true that the Bloodburn has to be ended. I can agree with those crazy cultists on that much.
So you're going to help us?
I would if I could. But as you may have gathered by now, we have our own battle to fight here. Ellen has cursed us.
And how so? Who is the other elf? The one you were arguing with.
Who is the other elf? The one you were arguing with?
A misguided fool. And sadly one with a very influential father, who made him the second scryer of this township.
How many scryers are there? Is this a title that has to be given, or is this a job that people just do? Does this town have a name?
Does this town have a name?
Actually, yes. It's something.
It does. Lathwain, which roughly translates as respite.
Respite? Sounds kind of temporary.
Respite. Wait, what?
Well, it is. I don't know how familiar you are with our history, but after the Finrior exiled us, we were promised lands by the Queen.
Yeah. There seems to be a certain problem with, well, the ones in power promising land. It's never really helped.
Then the Mage Wars came, and understandably, our promised home wasn't of importance anymore.
Which is why you broke the treaty in Leonon?
That incident in Leonon won't make the Lord Marshal more sympathetic to your cause. You broke the White Mist Treaty.
Yes, and it was a horrible mistake. But the people were scared.
Which people?
Particularly because Merelith did an excellent job at instilling fear and telling them that our little problem could be fixed by sending a group of scholars into Northander territory.
They didn't really look like scholars to me.
And what good did it do? Nothing. You'd think that this failure would have shown the warrior how incapable Merelith is as a leader, but sadly, it didn't.
Well, scholars usually don't have weapons on hand. This looks like a nice enough place, though.
This looks like a nice enough place, though.
Well, save for the undead roaming through the forests and attacking us each night, yes.
Wait. Okay, so all this is just
I
temporary.
see. So Leafshade is only a stopover?
Yes. We will find our true home someday. I'm sure of that.
Find a true home. You don't find a home. You make it. Elzen. Elzen has cursed you? Who's Elzen?
Ellen has cursed you?
Oh, there's a little typo there.
Yes. Our lands are withering, and every 1 in 10 elves loses his mind. Their eyes turn black, they salivate like animals, and attack everything in sight.
And you think Ellen has inflicted this curse upon you?
I know. You see, since we Moria left Finrior, more and more of our people have fallen away from our faith. Some even blame the Guardians for our exile. Briefly put, We were cast out of the Finrior Empire after we expressed doubts about the Elven Council.
Well, that happens.
Yes, I know the story.
As you can imagine, the years we spent on the road searching for a new home were strenuous. And as a result of that, more and more of our people lost faith in the Guardians, which is ironic, since our faith was one of the reasons we were cast out in the first place.
And the Guardians have become weaker.
Well,
though.
you can't deny that the Guardians have become weaker.
That is true. But have you ever wondered why?
I guess you have?
Yes, indeed. They have withdrawn from this world because people have stopped believing. It has always been our belief, our unwavering faith, that had made them strong. Without it, there simply is no reason for them to care anymore.
You're assuming the Guardians behave like little children. Take away their sweets and they run off crying or start throwing tantrums.
Well, you could think of it this way, but what if belief is some kind of a fuel source?
It's not that simple. But I doubt this is the right time for a theological discussion.
Probably not.
And what does all this have to do with the corruption?
Isn't it obvious? It's Ellen's punishment for us turning our backs on her.
I wouldn't say that. Why should it be punishment? If she's interested, or actually not interested anymore in the elves, then she wouldn't punish them, wouldn't it?
You mean...
Yes, Ellen has protected our kind for millennia. And now, we have betrayed her. This is her punishment.
I wouldn't think so. Maybe someone just tainted the shrines. Isn't the Bloodburn more likely?
Isn't it more likely that this is simply the way elves react to the Bloodburn?
No. Although rare, there have been cases of bloodburn among the Moria too, and they display exactly the same symptoms as humans. Varden Merelith simply likes to ignore that because it doesn't fit into his nice little theory. Also, why does it only occur in Leafshade, and only outside the city walls? The plague doesn't know borders.
Someone with a very keen mind, indeed. If it's a curse, can it be cured?
If it is a curse by Ellen, how can it be cured?
Of course. Despite all we have done, Ellen still considers us her children. What she wants is for us to remember her, to return to our true faith. In other words, it is a trial. All we need to do is to trust in Ellen's guidance. Then we will find a way to lift the curse.
I would just say that this is just coincidental. Someone tainted the shrines, they are connected to the water, and the water is connected to everyone else in here. So, in order to, well, cleanse the shrines, you have to probably do some kind of a ritual there. And the ritual itself just is cleansing by nature, and it has nothing to do with Ella. What stops you from simply issuing an order?
If you're the first Scryer, why do you need Merelith's approval?
Because that's how the Moria law demands it. The Council has to come to a mutual agreement, otherwise we cannot take action.
And why don't you just take the people that agree with you and do it, and then see what happens?
What do the other Scryers think about that? How many are there?
4. 2 of them are with me, 2 with Merelith. You see the problem.
Is there any way we can help?
If we help you lift this curse, would you be willing to ally yourselves with us?
Well, the Bloodburn is a scourge for all races, so, yes. Should you help us, I could take up the matter with the other Scryers. But let me think about it first, will you? This isn't something I can decide on the spot.
Very interesting. And what does
Yes.
Varden have to say?
Salangar, a pure blood. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any better.
Oh, it's always the elven
Not
one,
what
right?
I'd call myself. I haven't been in Finrior for 8 years.
Interesting. So the whole breeding thing, there's a pure blood... Like, how can there really be pure-blooded elves if there are just elves propagating willy-nilly? Or sometimes so in a specific manner, but... It's kind of weird.
Is that so? Well, who am I to judge? Who let you in?
There weren't any guards.
What? Great. Just great. This is getting better and better. But please, forgive my manners. I'm Varden Merelith, second Scryer of Lathwain. Who are you? And what do you want? Are you with the soldiers?
So, okay, wait a minute. It might be the ones in the north, isn't it?
Soldiers?
The army folk. But if you have to ask, I suppose you're on your own. Tell me then, what brings you here?
Well, in need of allies.
That's
that
a long story.
And we told it
So
all.
you're the corporal from Lianon? Well, that's a surprise. I know the story, and once more I would like to apologize for what Scryer Elion did. She should not have opened fire. And also, I would like to express my admiration for your courage. I know you refused to carry out the order your general gave you.
How?
A scout observed the conversation you had with that man. Either way, your story sounds bizarre, but I don't think you were lying. And after the events in Lianon, it's only fair if we help you now, to make up for it. Not to mention the fact that the Bloodburn needs to be stopped.
So you'll provide us with troops?
It's not that simple. I have to bring up the matter before the other Scryers, and they all have to agree. But not now. We currently have our own stack of problems to deal with.
I know already. The curse or corruption, whatever. But it's also very interesting that all 6 Scryers, for now 6 Scryers, have to agree on it. What if there are more Scryers and the whole thing never comes to an agreement? Are you the leader of this place then?
Are you the leader of this place?
No. I think we assessed as much.
One of them, yes. I'm the second Scryer, and the Moorhere Council is made up of 6 Scryers in total. 7, actually, but our eldest passed away recently. Which complicates the decision-making, as you can imagine.
Yeah, you always need a uneven one. So there always comes a decision. Well, yeah, there will always be a decision with an uneven amount of people.
What problems do you have?
The short version? Leafshade has been struck by the Bloodburn. Elves and animals are affected, and for some reason it has a different effect on us than it has on your race. It corrupts us.
Corrupts?
Drives us mad. And if that weren't enough, the Council can't decide on a course of action. Pathetic, isn't it? People are dying, but all we do is bicker.
Where do you and Finrior disagree?
Where do you and Finrior disagree?
Oh, that's simple. Finrior claims that the corruption has nothing to do with the Bloodburn, but is a curse of the Guardians. Of Ellen, to be precise.
The Guardians aren't children throwing tantrums.
Well, we got as much.
Yes. And in these days, I doubt they could even if they wanted to. The Guardians are gone. This is a fact we have to deal with.
So where do you think this corruption comes from?
As I said, I think it's just how we elves react to the Bloodburn.
And how many of you are affected?
How many of you are affected?
Not as many as in your kind. 1 in 10, maybe. And for some reason, the infection only spreads outside the city borders.
I know the Bloodburn. Can I help?
As I said, I'm trying to find a cure for the Bloodburn. Maybe I might be able to help.
You want this alliance to happen as quick as possible, don't you? Well, yes, maybe your knowledge about the Bloodburn could indeed help us. Give me a moment to think this through, will you? There are some things I need to consider.
All right.
Now what?
Well, if there's any way to get their support, it's by helping them cure this corruption.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating, isn't it? I say we help the old one, Finrior. Merelith seems a tad too convinced of himself for my liking.
Then let's let them know.
That's easily decided. So help Arlan or Varden. Well, how are you supposed to help? Like, one of them is... Oh, okay, let's go with the old one. I want to figure...
All right, this is pointless. Does your offer still stand? An outsider who isn't dependent on the Council's approval might be just what we need.
Truth be told, I'm with Mara. Actually, I'm with you.
I'm happy to assist.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you say that. Come, let's talk somewhere else. I've had enough shouting for today.
Well, that actually curing the corruption in a different manner is kind of the more sensible thing to do, right? Because you can just try it, and if it fails, then you know it's the Bloodburn.
That's better. Ellen's reigns. Isn't it incredible how this fool is unwilling to see reason?
He seems to think you're ignorant.
Well, from his point of view, you're the one being stubborn. He seems to think you're unwilling to see the facts.
I am seeing the facts. This isn't the first time the Guardians have laid a curse on us. Either way, all the better you're here. Let's discuss how we proceed.
Well, my guess is we have to uncorrupt the shrines somehow.
What we need above all is proof to convince Merelith. As long as he insists on brewing away that curse with just enough alchemy, we cannot take any real action.
What kind of proof did you have in mind?
That remains to be seen. First of all, scout Leafshade's surroundings. The curse seems to limit itself to the outskirts of our town. I will mark the place on your map where the activity has been most extreme. Secondly, there's a human military outpost nearby. To investigate, you'll need to ask for permission to cross their borders. After the disaster in Leonon, the last thing we want is another breach of our treaty.
But isn't it? It's always dangerous.
If the jungle is corrupted, isn't it dangerous for us to scout it?
No. The infection doesn't happen instantaneously. If you were to stay longer, say 2 or 3 days, it might get you. But for now, you're safe.
Interesting. Why would Ellen curse us then?
Very comforting.
Also, 2 or 3 days is actually a usual amount of time you will spend in area, at least. But in game, right, there is no day and night cycle. At least not here. There's no day and night cycle. At least I haven't noticed it. And you can build buildings instantaneously anyway, so 2 or 3 days don't really seem that fitting. How are you planning to cure
If
it?
it really is a curse, how are you planning to lift it from Leafshade?
I've asked myself the same question. But then I realize there's no point in worrying about it as long as that young fool is sabotaging our attempts to stop it.
Who are those humans?
Who are those humans?
Veterans, as far as I know. So far, our contact has been sparse, but they seem to be peaceful.
For now,
All right, got it.
Yes.
do our
And
best.
thank you. Never mind. Just do your best.
Okay. So, now only thing I need to do is get some stuff ready. Wait a minute. There is investigate Leafshade and find a clue to the corruption. 1 out of 2. Inspect a shrine to the north. Request permission from the human commander to investigate. There is a...
Yes.
It says 1 out of 2, but there are multitudes of shrines here. That is just weird. Also, the godstones are placed in a very annoying way. Like, look at this. They are really far away from anything. This one is almost the same distance as this one. The only real good one is this. It's right in front of the human settlement. Like, what good are what good are teleportation stones if they are as far away as you are right now? Like, it makes no sense. So,
What's the plan?
who said that right now and why?
Sure.
Alright, let's just
That's
check
the way.
out this shrine right now. They say that I have to inspect the one in the north, but I want to inspect the other 2 as well.
Do you smell that?
Yeah, like carrion.
And the water has the same color as the blisters on the corrupted.
If you ask me, we just found the cause of this plague. And it's definitely not a curse.
It is definitely man-made. Also, it could be, yeah, it could really be man-made. So, let's see. Let's go all the way up there.
I'll take a look.
Why don't they just waltz through it? That would be much, much cooler. Alrighty, let's get in there. Hope they just...
Huh. A traveler.
There we go.
Don't get many in these parts. What do you want?
Yeah, looking for
If you're looking
shelter,
for
wrong
shelter,
place,
you've come to
whatever.
the wrong place.
Yeah, let you... yeah, can you let us in?
Can you let us in?
Let you can us in, what the hell?
As I said, no. This isn't a roadside inn. Now, sod off.
Yeah, not so fast. The elves actually sent us.
Wait, not so fast. The Moor here sent us. It's important.
The more here, huh? All right, fine. Come in, but make it quick. We already have visitors, and they aren't too fond of your employers.
Wait, there already
Don't you
are
think these
visitors.
soldiers will recognize you?
I doubt it. Even if they know General Noria is looking for me, they wouldn't know my face.
Let's hope so.
You should rethink your position, old man. The light doesn't show mercy on those who betray it.
Well, maybe the light can show you the way out of my bloody camp instead.
You don't know who you're messing with.
Oh, I think I do. I'm messing with a bunch of renegade cutthroats who think they can walk into a camp of the Royal Army and make demands just because their lunatic leader told you so. So, one more time for the slow ones among us. We won't attack those elves. On the contrary, if you do as much as lay a finger on them, you'll have to deal with us too. Are we clear?
You...
Are we clear?
Yes.
Another sensible person. What's
next?
going on here? Why is everybody so aggravated?
Got it. Let's see.
And who exactly are you?
Well, I'm a diplomat. of
Just a
sorts.
traveler. I'm working for the Moor here.
Ah, I see. Best you talk to Sergeant Copper then.
That was quick. Why are you here?
Why put up an outpost in the middle of the jungle?
Pardon my tongue, but that's none of your business.
Now it's a change of attitude. Who are those mercenaries?
Who are those mercenaries in your camp? They don't look like Northander soldiers.
Well observed. They are Bane, purity fanatics. And no, I have no fucking clue why Sergeant Copper let them in the first place.
Well, just to be nice, I believe.
All right, I'll be off.
Sure.
Looks like a person that just wants to do his thing,
Alright, why not?
do the task and be done with it. But yeah, they are Bane, Fist of the Bane, Bane Bruiser, Bane this, Bane that.
Yes?
Interesting. So now we know what Bane is, at least right now. It's a purity people. They don't even look like purity to me. They look more like northern Vikings, actually, with the whole color scheme and everything. Yeah, kind of like medieval people, but somehow more Viking-ish in nature. Whatever. Let's see. What do we have here? Similar symptoms to the Bloodburn, but not identical. Black blisters, swollen face, yet no bleeding. Interesting. So, similar-ish to the Bloodburn, but not the Bloodburn. Seems like they are also getting affected by whatever corrupts the elves.
What? Wait a moment. You?
Me?
Gilbert Vilmas, 2nd Division Everlight Infantry, isn't it? Blazes. What are you doing here?
I think you're mistaking me for someone else. I'm not with the army.
Oh, am I? Could have sworn. Oh, well, never mind. Who are you then? And how the heck did you get in here?
Through the door.
The guard let me in. My name is Tahar, and I'm with the Moor here from Lithuania. There's something we need to discuss.
Tahar? Like that sodding rebel mage bastard? Boy, I surely don't envy your name. Forenthus Copper, 2nd rank sergeant to the Royal Army.
Oh, he's called Forentis. I was looking through his name and I'm like, Fergus. Forentis. Alright.
So, what news do you bring from our elven friends?
Good, bad, depends.
Well, I assume you've taken note of this strange plague going on in Leafshade. The elves have sent me to investigate it and are asking for permission to cross borders.
Granted.
Just like that.
Just like that?
Ha!
What should I say? We need this plague gone as much as the more here. We've stayed away from the corrupted parts, aye, but we've nonetheless lost 3 men already. Just don't do anything unwise, and you can walk freely within our sectors. One more thing, though. There is something that we need done, and I don't have any men to spare at the moment. Would you be willing to help us as a sign of goodwill?
Well, let's just tape all of them. You don't seem to be very worried about the
You
plague.
seem to be rather relaxed concerning the corruption. How come?
Relaxed isn't the right word, but unlike that Bloodburn plague, this one is predictable. Since we've stayed away from the jungle and within our walls, we've had no new infections. And unlike the Moor here, we're not permanent settlers in this place.
Interesting. So everything that's inside the jungle gets infected.
So you don't think the Bloodburn has anything to do with it?
With the corruption? No, I doubt it. I mean, I'm not a healer, but the symptoms are very different.
Nah, not really very. They look different, but different color, really. Sure. What do you need?
Of course. What do you need?
Well, it's simple. Since we made camp here, some of my men and women have contracted a nasty kind of fever. We ordered a shipment of herbs from another outpost in the Utran lands, but it hasn't arrived, and the man I sent to get it has not been heard of ever since. Would you be willing to search the shore for my scout, or maybe the ship itself? The weather has been rough lately, and maybe it was wrecked.
I think I've come across that thing.
Sure. Any idea where we should search?
Aye. Do you have a map? Here. That's where we were supposed to receive the shipment.
Got it. Thank you.
That's quite the detour. And again, having a good reputation never hurts, does it?
That was my thinking.
One more thing. Who sent you? I mean, who of the Scryers?
The old one.
Arlan Finrior. Why? Is that important?
No, just personal interest. Arlan and I are old acquaintances. He's a good man and a follower of the old faith. Don't have many these days. If you want, I'll send some of my men along to support you. They know the jungle, and they know how to wield a sword. What do you think?
That would be great.
Good. I'll let the sergeant know. Tell Arlan, Forentis says hello, will you?
This is ridiculous.
Ah, there we have Lilith. Or Lily. Maybe there were multiple eyes in there. Lilith or Lilith or whatever. Who are you people?
Who are you people? Northander soldiers?
Aye, sure. We're humble servants of the Queen.
Lilith. That was it.
Look, friend, I know what you are. A defiler. And if we weren't in the camp of that fucking coward right now, this conversation would go down a tad differently. So do yourself a favor and sod off before things change. 'Cause they will.
I think these are Bane. Purity fanatics. The ones Clara warned us about.
I heard that.
Why are you here?
If you're not soldiers, what are you doing in this camp?
Business.
That was
I'll leave you be.
quick. Alrighty. So where is Lilith? Lilith.
Carpel?
Okay, she's just waltzing right, and she has a ton of health. Compared to all the others, look at this. She's a boss enemy. Does an awful lot of damage, has an awful lot of health, has a really decent weakness. That's good. But this dude seems to be invincible altogether. That's nice.
Yes?
At your command.
Whoa. They really have very, very low resistance values. That's really interesting.
Yes?
Yes? Ah, I think I don't need them right now. Might be okay for the moment. So, what other things do we have?
Wait a moment.
Me?
No, the Queen's golden tits. Of course you. Say, does the name Bertrand Carpel ring a bell for you?
Yes. What do you...
Why? What do you know about Bertrand?
Not much. Only that he came by our camp just this morning and told me he was looking for someone. And the face he described looked just like yours. Anyway, I told him I had no bloody idea what he was on about. So he left. But asked me to leave a message if you should come by. Which heck knows why you did.
What's the message?
Just that he's up north somewhere, here in Leafshade, and that he'll be waiting there for you until dusk.
Well, thanks. How did he know I'd come?
How did he know I'd come?
Well, best you ask him that yourself, will you? I've got a shift to take care of.
Alright.
Yes?
Yes, huh? Ah, it's all the way up there. Okay, so the corruption is somewhat connected to Bertrand. What if he actually did all of that? Oh no, let's hope not. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the side mission here for Ferentis.
Something you need?
So, only question is where on earth do I have to go in order to do that? But we're gonna figure this out in the next episode. Until then, like and subscribe, of course. Ta-ta.